What if the answer to all your problems was hiding right above your head? What if the thing you were searching for your whole life was in your own house? This is the story of a young woman named Clara. She was tired, she was broke, and she was about to give up. But one rainy afternoon, everything changed. Clara was 28 years old. She lived alone in an old house at the edge of a small town called Millbrook. The house belonged to her grandmother, who had passed away 3 months ago. Clara loved her grandmother very much. Losing her was painful, but now there was another problem, a big one. The bank sent Clara a letter. The letter said she had 60 days to pay the house loan. If she could not pay, the bank would take the house. Clara read the letter 3 times. Her hands were shaking. She did not have the money. She worked as a part-time teacher at a local school. Her salary was small. She had no savings. She sat at the kitchen table and looked around the house. Everything reminded her of her grandmother. The old clock on the wall, the flower curtains, the small wooden chairs. "I can't lose this house," she whispered. "I just can't." She put her face in her hands and cried. The next morning, Clara woke up early. She decided to clean the house. It helped her think clearly when she was nervous. She cleaned the kitchen. She cleaned the bedroom. She cleaned the living room. Then she stopped. There was one place she had never cleaned. One place she had never even entered. The attic. Her grandmother always kept the attic door locked. As a child, Clara would ask, "Grandma, what's up there?" And her grandmother would always smile and say, "Something special. But not yet, my dear. Not yet." Clara never understood what that meant. Now, she stood at the bottom of the attic stairs. The old wooden door at the top was closed. There was a small lock on it. Clara went to her grandmother's room. She opened the drawer of the old desk. Inside, there were some keys. She tried them one by one. Click. The third key opened the lock. Clara took a deep breath. She slowly pushed open the door. The attic smelled like old wood and dust. The light was dim. Clara found a small switch on the wall and turned it on. A single yellow bulb lit up the room. She looked around. The attic was full of old things. Old furniture covered with white cloth. Old boxes stacked in the corners. Old books on a small shelf. Clara walked carefully. The wooden floor made soft sounds under her feet. Then she saw it. In the far corner of the attic, there was a big wooden chest. It was dark brown. It had metal edges, and it had a lock, the same type of lock as the attic door. Clara's heart started beating fast. She went back to the drawer. She found 2 more keys she had not tried. She came back to the chest. First key. Nothing. Second key. Click. The chest opened. Clara lifted the heavy lid of the chest. Inside, she found old letters, old photographs, and at the bottom of the chest, wrapped carefully in a soft cloth, she found something that made her stop breathing for a moment. A painting. It was a small painting, about the size of a book. It showed a woman sitting near a window, looking outside at a garden. The colors were deep and beautiful, gold, green, and soft blue. Clara picked it up carefully. On the back of the painting, there was a small note in her grandmother's handwriting. It said, "For Clara, when the time is right. This painting belongs to the Whitmore family collection. It is very old. It is very valuable. Take it to the art museum in the city. Ask for Mr. Harold. He will know what to do. I love you, my darling." Clara read the note again and again. Her eyes filled with tears. But this time, they were not tears of sadness. 2 days later, Clara took the painting to the city. She found the art museum. She asked for Mr. Harold. An older man with glasses came to meet her. His name was Mr. Harold Bennett. He was an art expert at the museum. When he saw the painting, his eyes went wide. He looked at it closely. He turned it over. He studied every detail. Then he looked at Clara and said, "Where did you find this?" Clara told him everything. Mr. Harold sat down slowly. He said, "This painting is over 150 years old. It was created by a famous European artist. We have been looking for this painting for many years. Many people thought it was lost forever." Clara's voice was quiet. "Is it valuable?" Mr. Harold smiled gently. Miss Clara, this painting is worth more than $200,000. The room went silent. Clara held the edge of the table to steady herself. She could pay the loan. She could keep the house. She could keep every memory of her grandmother alive. Clara paid the bank. She kept the house. She donated a small part of the money to the local school where she worked. She fixed the old house and made it beautiful again. Every evening, she would sit in the living room, look at the walls, and think about her grandmother. Her grandmother had always known. She had kept that painting safe. She had waited for the right moment. She had trusted Clara. The real treasure was not the painting. The real treasure was love. The love that her grandmother had quietly placed in that attic. And if you ever feel lost, remember, sometimes the answers are not far away. Sometimes they are right above your head, waiting for you to look up.